Thanks for tuning in to Mac Life TV. I'm the First Lady Tosha Mac, and you're watching the Tay Manger of Jacobi Crowley.
Talk to him. Come on now, let me talk to him. Come on now, let me talk to him. Hey, let me talk to him. Time is now. Hey, look, my brothers and sisters, the time is now. It's overdue what we got in Jacobi Crowley. Politically directed, he ain't playing foul either. We say the time is now indeed. Look, my brothers and sisters, the time is now. It's overdue what we got in Jacobi Crowley. Politically directed, he ain't playing foul either. We say the time is now indeed.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I am wonderful. Now, for those who don't know, Jacobi Crowley is the youngest African American to run for political office in the state of Oklahoma. You guys don't know, he's such a well-rounded, talented young man, and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for everyone. So, let us know about what's going on.
Well, I mean, decided I was going to run in 2015, and now we are full-fledged into the campaign, connecting with a lot of voters, doing a little different stuff. So we have some different things that you may see within the commercial aspects, as well as how we connect with voters. But I have to show my age. I have to show it. At the end of the day, I have to show that I am young, energetic, and ready to lead. And so that's what we've been doing, and that's what our campaign's been surrounded around. And I'm just excited. Can't wait till November the 8th and see how the results turn out.
Can't wait to see how that turns out too. But today, the reason why we're here, I'm about to drill the man 21 questions. If you ever wanted to know anything about Jacobi Crowley, we're about to find out right about now. So I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Just a few. I'm not going to pry too much, just a little.
Okay.
Well, a lot.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot. But it's gonna be all fun and games. What was young Kobe like?
Well, I mean, it was. I was raised in the church. My grandmother raised me from beginning of life all the way till I was 8 years old. So it's a lot of things that I've learned that were kind of old school, and that's why, a lot of people look at me as being more of they call me uncle or, grandpa, because I'm not all that, in tune with a lot of different things. But, at the end of the day, I'm still aware. My childhood was, it was fun, energetic. I was very imaginary, so I loved to explore and do different things and have fun. I was that kid.
Growing up, what was it like?
It was different because as a kid, I love playing, church, things like that fascinated me. History fascinated me. So at the end of the thing, I wasn't a gamer. I didn't play video games. I was an outdoors kid. I liked to go out and play basketball, things within that sort. So it was a little different for me because I couldn't connect with as many people as I wanted to, and that's the difference between being different is that you have people that you have those kids that can draw in the friends, and I was a kid that could draw in friends, but I didn't have that basis of hey, let's go play video games, or hey, let's go do this, because I didn't have an interest in what everybody else did.
You were an old soul.
I was an old soul.
A young man with an old soul.
Yeah, exactly right. I love my mom. She has done any and everything that has been asked of her, plus some.
I'm very blessed to have a son that has rise above the statistics and doing a great thing and making a difference in the community. I am truly blessed. My
mom is an example of how an independent woman should be. And that's why it's so hard for me to, when I meet, women initially, or ladies, and they don't have that trait of, being independent or knowing what they want. It's not there. I can't connect with them. But my mom, she has done a phenomenal job of raising me and my little brother. I can't be as, proud of her, as I am today. I'm just, thinking about all of the things that you see right now, you're seeing in reflection of her. I mean, it's nothing else about me. It's all reflection of her, following God's word, as well as, you know, doing the things that her mother taught her to do. And, you know, this is the product that you see.
Now, I've had the chance to sit down with your mom. She is an amazing woman. I adore your mom, and she's such a blessing, and she's an inspiration for single mothers everywhere.
Yes.
But ladies, you heard that first. He said he's looking for an independent woman. Came out of his mouth. Y'all better listen to that. Tell me a little bit about junior high.
Junior high. Well, you know, I mean, junior high was the same. You know, initially it was different because coming out at Country Club Heights Elementary School, and you know, enjoying my time there, I had two figures in my life that really influenced me as a teachers. I had Miss Montgomery. She was my second grade and sixth grade teacher, and then I also had a teacher named Miss Frazier, and they were both African American teachers. And they, you know, and I would have this, you know, this thought of thinking that I can run for president one day. And they would be like, yeah, well, yes, you can. You can do it if you want to do it. So in sixth grade, I ran for class president. And then, you know, seventh and eighth grade, you know, going into junior high, you know, I seen that it wasn't cool to do that. So a lot of things that I started to do as a middle schooler was all basis off of, you know, things that weren't cool, you know. You know, you don't wear these certain things, or you don't talk like that, or you don't bring up this type of, you know, certain topic, or you know, thing like that. So you know, it started to mold me into a different person. And but when I was in ninth grade, I ran for class president, and I won. And at the end of my speech, I go, peace and chicken grease. And
Peace and chicken grease.
Peace and chicken grease. It won me the election.
Peace and chicken grease.
Peace and chicken grease.
If they like it, I love it. You won the election. So, a little bit about high school.
High school. Well, again, you know, going into coming from elementary, junior high, and at that time, I'm trying to figure out who I am as a person. High school, I've seen, you know, started to disconnect with a lot of friends because now we're going different ways.
Right.
And I was, you know, becoming very successful in football and athletics. So you start to see me as the jock. You know, that's the jock kid. He's the guy that's really athletic. He's the guy that's going to go and get a scholarship, playing in whatever sport that he chooses, and then go from there. So it developed me to know that I was not, you know, done with developing. I was not done with figuring out who I was. And I truly still didn't know. And, you know, that's the, you know, and that was the difference about high school. Again, will I ever go back to high school? No. Do I love and, you know, do I miss some of the memories? Yes. But there was a you know, area in my life that I, you know that it was a lot of growing, you know, a lot of mess ups, as any high school student does. But, you know, there's more growing now than there was then. So
do you feel like all that was necessary for you to be you?
Everything. It developed me into the person that you see today.
My name is Jacobi. I know Jacobi Crowley for a while now, since high school. He played football. He was always good in class. You know what I'm saying? I was good in academics. Always a good friend. And it's also crazy because, like, me and him had the same first name. You know, when I actually met him when he was in 10th grade, I was a senior in high school. And when I found that out, I found out his birthday was the same as mine as well, April 17th. Of course, a different year. I'm older, you know. But still, with that being said, it was kind of crazy that we had the same name and the same birthday. And we got a lot of the same vision and things we want to do. So, I mean, I think that kind of lines up, and I think that's the universe speaking. You know what I'm saying? The universe kind of speaking into existence and saying, like you should be saying, the time is now.
When I first met Crowley, he was probably 7 or 8 years old, and he would come to church, and he would have on a choir robe, and he with a Bible under his hand, and had a strut like none other 7 or 8 year old I've ever known. He was the youth pastor, according to his terminology. And then I also met him again in high school. I was a counselor at Eisenhower High School during his junior and senior year. And he just stood out as a leader at all time. And the one story I remember, we had a program, and he would, the young man didn't have a t-shirt. And so I was like, what are we going to do if he doesn't have a t-shirt? So he said, you know, I'll let him borrow my t-shirt. So he took the shirt off his back and let the young man wear his t-shirt before the program. And I thought that was pretty amazing because all the other young men, they didn't even move. They didn't even budge. And Jacobi said, I'll do it. So that was impressive to me. And now that I see him, he's come back after finishing his courses at college and got his degree. He want to make a difference. And so to see a young man in his age, and he's concerned about the community and moving the community forward, that is awesome. Yes, I can get behind something like that because he has a great vision and a great tenacity and ambitious to move law forward in the state of Oklahoma. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in state council. It'll be wonderful.
So what's it like being an older brother?
It's okay. It's good.
I love your brother. I really do. He is so himself that it is unreal.
He is. I mean, he's just like me. I mean, he is just like me. And
no, he's comfortable being him.
I know, but it's just like, for me, there's certain things you can't, as a future, leader within the community, certain things you can and cannot do.
Right.
And, and in life for me, I can't, there's certain things I would love to go to the beach. I would love to go out and just have fun with some of my friends, but I can't because the position that I hold, also within the reflection of the district and the community itself, I have to hold myself to a certain standard. And if that standard is not put up to play, then you're going to have problems. My little brother, on the other hand, he's a little bit different. But I'm going to say this, he has no other reason to be more, he has to be more successful than me.
Right.
And I tell him that all the time.
Right.
And it's not off of being putting pressure on him, but it's, you have seen the examples. You have no other choice but to do better and to do more.
Right.
And he knows it. So my little brother knows, I love him. I'll put him in the headlock real quick.
I don't know.
Hey,
now I was looking
you
at your
better
little
ask
brother.
him.
Little brother getting bigger than the big brother. So I don't know how that's going to work out for you guys, but he's an awesome basketball player.
Yeah, he is.
He's doing his thing out there,
Yes.
so that's a good thing.
Yes. And
I had the pleasure of being around him on homecoming night.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
wonderful. He's going to be great. He's going to be great.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's
he'll
gonna
be
be
good.
great.
My brother, he been a leader all his life. He tells me the right stuff. He's never wrong sometimes. And he eats up all the food. And I was in Kansas, my way back here. I see my brother on Facebook for the Black Lives Matter. I seen him on there. He a real leader. One of them greats like Martin Luther King. I hope you make law do better.
Let us know about your mentors.
My mentors, well, I have a few. I mentioned one earlier. His name is President Sean Burge. He's president of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. He was a former minority leader of the Senate and became the president. And interesting thing about him is that I got a call saying, hey, you want to help somebody move? And this was when I was a senior in college. And I go, yeah. So I rush down, get dressed, head to the address they told me to go to, and it was at this, big house, and it was the president's house. But I didn't know it was him. So I get in there, he comes in, and then, we hit it off. I mean, we instantly connected. I mean, it was like, he was cool, calm. I mean, it wasn't like, thinking about when people are in positions and you meet them, it's like, whoa, everybody's kind of tense and stuff. But he was a cool guy. We sat down, we talked and connected from there, and he's just been my mentor ever since. Also, I have a mentor named Robert Dow, Pastor Robert Dow. He's been my pastor since I was a young boy, and he really helped me out, develop myself as a minister, help develop myself as a spiritual man, a religious guy, and I owe it all to him. I remember when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure my mom said something about this. I remember when I was younger, I used to wear robes to church. Yes,
she mentioned that.
And it kind of fell off of him and how how he used to do things. So he's a great mentor towards me too, and he still does mentor me as well. And I also have another one that we grew really close together at this point in time. Is Bishop Donaway.
Oh, yeah.
He has really helped me within the political field, and really has gave me some great advice, spiritual advice as well, to just encourage me to go forward and keep pursuing my dreams and keep God first. So I have some great mentors in my life, and I'm very I'm thankful for it. And it can't get any better. And the last one is Coach Burris. He's now the new coach at Eisenhower High School, and Coach Burris has really helped me out throughout my life, especially in high school. That's one of the key guys that got me to the place that I am today. That helped me get into college, and gave me my first job. So
Tell me a little bit about college, the college guy. What were you like?
it was, I had some great roommates. Bryce, Sean, Flip, Drake, Greg.
Sound like he naming some rappers. I don't know what he
I had some great roommates that made my life, that made it really fun. And I really enjoyed college. And I had some great coaches that really helped me. I had Coach Ray Richards, and Coach Atterbury, and different people, also Coach Burks and things like that really connected and helped me. Coach Coop, that really helped me get to the process to where I am today. They're in the business of building men, okay, and finding your manhood, and that's very key, because a lot of people are 40 years old but they're not men.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's they allow you to develop who you want to be as well as what you're supposed to be. And and I mean, I've had a blessed college career in football, had a blessed college experience. I had the opportunity to go to Nicaragua, where I met a lady by the name of Jolinda Cole. And she opened my eyes to a lot of different things on the religious aspects of being my eyes in a lot of different ways. And she took me out of the country and allowed me to experience different things. And that really gave me a different viewpoint about the world.
How did you stay on track in college?
I was driven.
You
was
very
driven
much
for
so
success.
are. You're 24 years old. You've done it. You were a high school star, college star, and now look at you. Sitting in the political hot seat.
I think that everybody should have, they have to stay on course. You have to understand, I didn't, make this decision that I was going to run for state representative, a year ago.
Right.
Okay. I made this decision I was going to run for state representative when I was 15 or 6th grade. It was already in path, and lined up in the path that I was going to go. I just had to follow it.
Right.
So as long as I stayed on path, I knew that I was going to be able to actually accomplish some of the things that I already had set in goals, set in mind, or, the things that may have been far to reach at that point, but I knew that one day I was going to be able to reach them.
Okay, because college life can be strenuous.
It can.
They have parties.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and that's how it is. But you still have to stay focused.
What about the party? It didn't pull you just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had my freshman sophomore year.
You were an athlete.
Yes. It was my freshman sophomore year was fun, but at the end of the day, I still knew what I was supposed to be. For my community. I knew what I was supposed to be for my family. I knew what I needed to do in order to do that, or get there. So that life, yes, it drew me in, because here's a kid that says, they tell you, you cannot touch this, and you can't touch it, but you're not touching it. You're just kind of I guess, having your hand orbit around it, or, somewhere circulating around it and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that I was just amazed about. And I'm still amazed about some people, how they, live their life. Some people just live it. And I'm like, oh, wow. But at the end of the day, you have to stay on track.
From football to college to the pulpit. How do you make that distinction?
Purpose. Purpose. I know that of all the things that I've done in my life and all the things that I'm doing right now, I'm good at it. You know, I'm not a type of person that, you know, I would love to, you know, be, you know, I would love to sing. Can I sing that good?
No.
No, I cannot.
I've heard you. No.
So, so at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to stay in the realms that I'm good at. The difference between me, and this is not trying to boast or anything like that, but the difference between me and a lot of other people is that I'm actually doing it. I'm actually jumping.
Right.
I heard Steve Harvey say this, you know, and he brought up this example about someone that's on the cliff, and then, you know, the people that are willing to jump and the people that are not. The people that are not willing to jump will never know how it is on, you know, on the bottom level. Mm-hmm. But the people that are willing to jump may fall, may break some bones, but at the end of the day, they can say they jumped, and they've actually tried to do something. So I'm willing to jump on everything that I do, and you know, I know what God has planned for me in my life. You know, do I know how He has it circulated? No. You know, I could win, you know, on November the 8th, and you know, stay within the political realm, but it's not going to stop me from, you know, preaching or even coaching. But at the end of the day, I know you know, God has something in store for me. I just have to tap into everything that I need to in order for that to happen and come to pass.
Do you have any inspirational words for someone, I'm going to say younger and your age or older? Just any inspirational words for them, because everyone can't do what you did, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you know,
hard out here for a pimp, man.
I mean, you know, the words that I can give to a young individual is keep pursuing. Don't be discouraged about the unbelievable dream. You have to be unrealistic. You have to have an unrealistic goal. Because at one point in time, it was unrealistic for someone to, you know, drive in a car.
Right.
It was unrealistic to walk into a room and light was going to appear. It was unrealistic at one point in time to, you know, be on some type of square or rectangular device and you're able to call someone all across, you know, from the other side of the nation or the state. That was unrealistic at one point in time, but someone dared to dream and actually did it. So regardless of how many people tell you you cannot do something, you allow yourself to be the judge of it and pursue it. Continue to do it. There's always going to be some no's. There's always going to be some yeses. I mean, in my campaign, has everything went the way I wanted to go? No. Has there been some, you know, disappointing moments? Yes, there has. But I still have to keep pushing and break some of those barriers that people have put up in order for me to be successful, in order for this district and this community as well as this state to get to where we need to get to. So keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Okay, well, you guys, that was it. I don't know what to tell you, but hey, this is Jacobi Crowley, man. This is the man right here. If you want to be just like him, you better study this interview right here, because, man, I'm telling you, if I could do it, I would. Thanks for tuning in. Jacobi, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm going to let him end it. What did you say? Chicken grease? Peace and chicken grease?
Piece of chicken grease.
Peace and chicken grease. It's the Tay Manger, y'all.
The time is now. My brothers and sisters, the time is now. My brothers and sisters, the time is now. Hey, every color and gender, the time is now. Look, the time is now, to be honest, it's overdue. The time is now, man, you gotta tell us the truth. Look, the time is now, we got problems and solve them too. Now, my brothers and sisters, the time is now. Hey.
I'm gonna leave you with one thing, and last thing. When we change the equation, we change the outcome. When we change the outcome, we change